welcome to our today's revision paper. We are going to handle the color trial examination, paper 1, and you're going to deal with section 1 for now. Section 1 of this color trial examination, the year 2025. It is a good paper. You can see the instructions, and the instruction for section 1 is that you answer all questions in section 1. Answer all questions in section 1. And we are going straight to the first question. Now this is the first question. Section 1 carries 50 marks. 1 to question number 16. So we're going to start with the first question. You can see it is on tries to test you on body mass. It is a half plus a sixth of whatever is in bracket, then you divide by y, then over where 1 and a sixth minus 5 over 12, which must give you 7 over 9. So we are asked to find the value of y. The value of y. Now, we tackle this by looking at the board mass. We follow the rules of board mass. So we start with brackets, whatever it is on brackets. So we have 1 that is a half plus half plus a sixth of what is in brackets, that is what the 13 over 18 minus 5 over 9, and the LCM is 18 there 1, so we have 13 minus 10, so divide by y, then all over that we take it as a 7 over 6, and the LCM is of 6 and 12 is 12, so 6 there too, and then times 7, 14 minus 5, which gives us 9 over 12, which is there 3, there 4, so we have 3 over 4, which is equal to 7 over 9. So we work the one on the numerator. So we have a half of that. So we have now we shall get when we look for off now, off. So we shall have 2 over 3 of now 3 over 18, 3 over 18 divided by, we are dividing by y, so we over y should give us, now to remove what is below over, you can multiply both sides by the reciprocal to remove this denominator. Multiply by both sides by the reciprocal, which is 4 over 3. So we take 7 over 9 times the reciprocal of the denominator, which is 4 over 3, times 4 over 3 both sides, so that we remove. So we have 4 over 3 this side. Now, we look for a way of doing away with these y. So 2 over 3 of 3 over, so we have 3, 3, 2, 1, 2, 9. So we have 1 over 9 is divided by y is equal to 28, 7 times 4 over 9 times 3, which is 27. So to do away with y, we multiply both sides by y by y. So we have 21 over 9 is equal to 28 over 27y. Now, to remain with y will be now 1 over 9 times now the reciprocal, which is 27 over 28. 27 over 28. And we get our value of y to be equal to 3 over 28. So this is a value of y which is missing. So that when you work it out, you're going to get 7 over 9. So this is how we get our first 3 marks for that paper. Then we move to question number 2. The size of 2 exterior angles of a irregular polygon, each measuring 80 degrees. All the other remaining interior angles each measures 140 degrees. Determine the number of sides of the polygon. Determine the number of sides of the polygon. Now, the size of 2 exterior angles of a regular polygon is each is 80. So the 2, let's look for the 2. So it's 2 times 8. 2 times 80. Sum of 2 exterior angles. So 2 times 80. Then that one gives us 100 and 160. Then we know that the remaining angles will be now 360 degrees minus 160 degrees. So we have the remaining angles is 200 degrees. Then we are given all the other remaining interior angles each measures 140. So you take 180 minus 140, the remaining size, because each one takes 140 degrees. So we have each is 40 degrees. Now, the remaining was 200. 200. So we simply take 200 divided by n. 200 divided by n. And our n now, we shall use our n as 40. So we shall have 200 divided by 40. So that one we have now 5. We have 5. So to get the sides, we have to take now n plus 2. N plus 2. And our n is now 5. This is the value of n. Where is it? It is now 5. So we take 5 plus n plus 2. 2. So we have 7 sides. So 7 sides is the number of polygons. The number of sides of the polygon. Number of sides of the polygon is 7-sided polygon. So that is how we get the 3 marks. Then number 3, 2x minus 1 divided by 3 is the reciprocal of 2 over 3x plus 2. Determine the value of x. Determine the value of x. Now, in this one now, they are saying 2x minus 1 divided by 3 is equal to 3x plus 2 divided by 2. A reciprocal of 2 over 3x, and the reciprocal of 2 over 3x plus 2 is 3x plus 2 over 2. So that now we find the value of x, we cross multiply, so it will be 2 times 2x minus 1, and then 3 times 3x plus 2. So 3x, 3, that is mean 9x plus now 3 times 2, that is 6, is equal to now 4x minus 2. So collect like terms, so we have 5x is equal to negative 8. So divide both sides by 5, divide by 5, so that x, the value of x becomes negative 8 over 5. So this is now the value of x as we are given the value of x. So the value of x is a negative, which is negative 8 over now 5. You can get it to fractions or decimal. Any of the answers will be accepted. In decimal, that is now x is equals to negative 1.6. Either way, you get your answer. Therefore, you receive your 3 marks. That simple. Then we move to the next question. The next question number 4. Solve for x in the equation. Solve for x in the equation. As you can see, the equation is 32 x minus 32 raised to x minus 3 times 8 raised to x plus 4 divided by 5 raised to 0 is equal to 64 divided by 2 power x. So we have to convert each into the base of 2 because of these two, so we can still convert each to the base of 2. So that 32 becomes 2 power 5. So we have 2 power 5 into x minus 3. Then we multiply by 2 into, that is 8, now becomes 2 power 3. 2 power 3 into x plus 4. Then divide by 5 power 0. 5 power 0. That is the same as divided by 1. Any number raised to 0, you say it's 1. Then it should give you 64, and 64 is 2 power 6. 2 power 6. Then we divide by 2 power x. Now that this one is 1, now that this is 1, we can take the powers, we can equate the powers alone, so that we open up, that is 5x minus 15, then plus 3x plus 12 should give you 6 minus x. 6 minus x. So collecting like terms 9 is 5, 6, 7, 8. That is now 9x. 9x is equal to 9. Collecting the values of x on one side and these other values for the constants move to the other side, so that we divide both sides by 9. Divide by 9. So our x now becomes 1. So this is now the value of x in the given values. This equation now x now becomes 1 in this equation. So that is how we find the value of x, as simple as that. So expand and simplify. This one looks more easy. It has 2 marks. Expand and simplify. So you simply need to expand the given equations each. So we start with the x power 3 minus 2y. That is a squared. So squared we multiply twice. That means it's x power 3. X power 3 minus 2y. Then x power 3 minus 2y. Then it's minus 2y plus x cubed. Then 2y plus x cubed. Now we open up. So we are having x cubed into now x cubed minus 2y. Then we have minus 2y into x cubed minus 2y. Now minus, so we shall minus the whole of this. After expanding, we minus 2. Now we expand the other side, 2y into 2y plus x cubed, and then plus x cubed into 2y plus x cubed plus 4x cubed y plus x cubed. And then now combine the two so that we have x power 6 minus 4x, and that is x cubed y plus 4y squared minus 4y squared, then minus 4x cubed y minus x power 6. Now we look for a way of simplifying. Now we simplify further. We collect like terms. You can see x squared, x power 6, x power 6. So it's positive in it, so it cancels out. X power 6 cancels out. And then we move next to negative 4x cubed y. We add to negative 4xy, negative 4xy, and then negative 4x cubed y minus that is 4x cubed y. So the two negatives we have now negative 8x cubed y, and then 4y squared has minus 4y squared, so they cancel out. So we are remaining with negative 4x cubed y minus 4x cubed y. So we have negative 8x cubed y, and this one now becomes our final answer. That is how they cancel out and simplify after expanding. Then you get your 2 marks. As simple as that. Then you move to the next question. Next question is number 6. 6 reads, number 6. Now, a sales representative made a loss of 12.5% selling an item at 21,700. Now, the seller now determine the price the sales representative should have sold the item in order to make a profit of 15% after a discount of 5%. After a discount of 5%. Now, this sales or a seller or sales representative made a loss of 12.5% by selling an item of 21,700. What was we have to look for them? We can look for the amount of money he would have made if he would get in order to make a profit of 15%. So these 21,700 only represents 87.5%. 87 by making 12.5% profit loss. That means 21,700 was only 87.5%. So they want you to determine the price the sales representative should have sold the item in order to make a profit of 15%. So that means he's going to sell it at 115%. So if how are we getting 87.5? We simply take 100% minus the loss. The loss is 12.5%. So we are having now 87.5%. Now this 87.5% represents, so 87.5% represents the 21,700. We have now to look for the 115% of what is going to make in order to make that profit. So we can say what about 15%. So this one will be now 115 times 21,700, then divide by 87.5. So this amount that we're going to get is going to be %. That is a 15% profit from what is sold the item. So working this out, 115 times 21,700 divided by 87.5, we're going to arrive at 28,520 shillings. So this is Kenyan shillings. So this is the amount that this sales representative is going to sell this item in order to make 115%. That's simple. Then you scoop your 3 marks. Then we move to the next question, question number 7. Question number 7. A circle is inscribed in a rectangular hexagonal or a hexagon of side 4.5 centimeters. Calculate the area of the hexagon that lies outside the circle correct to two decimal places. So let me see if I can sketch. Something like that. This is just a sketch. So we have a circle touching the vertices. No, it is they're saying the circle is inscribed. Circle is inside, touching the circumference and the edges. That this one has, you can have this. Each having an angle. How are you going to get the size of each angle? To get the size of each angle, simply take 360 degrees divided by how many area. So you can see we have the area of the triangle, area of the triangle. We can also find the area of the circle. But at the same time, the radius of the circle will now be this h. Let's call it h. To find h, you simply take cos 30 is equal to h over 4.5. So that we get h is equal to 4.5 cos 30. So h, which is the same as the radius r, is now equal to 3.897 centimeters. Then that is just the radius of the circle. So that we take the area of the hexagon minus the area of the circle. So how do you find the area of the hexagon, of which there are 6, and area of one of the triangle, the hexagon, will be equal to, let's see, sorry for that network interruption. So you can continue. So we look for the area of the hexagon. That is, we are going to find the area of one triangle. Now that there are 6, we multiply by 6, so it's 6 times now a half AB sine theta. So we have a half times AB is 4.5 4.5, 4.5 sine 60. 4.5, 4.5 sine 60. So that the area of the hexagon is now 52.611. That is the centimeters squared. Square centimeters. Then now we find the area of the circle. Area of circle, which is equal to 3 pi r squared. That is now 3.142 times r, which is our h, is 3.59. That is 3.897 centimeters. Then you square 3.8 squared. So we shall have 47.719. And we have the area of the hexagon. So the question was, we find the area of the hexagon that lies outside the circle. So we simply minus 47.719. The area that lies outside 4.892. Remember, our answer is required to 4.89 square centimeters. So that is now our final answer, and you get your 4 marks. Get your 4 marks for that. So we move to the next one. The next question. The next question, you can see the figure below shows a diagram of rotational symmetry of order 4 about origin. Complete the diagram. So it is the rotational symmetry of order 4. Now of order 4, we're going to rotate it at 90, 180, and 270. 90, 180, and 270. So we can have our graph. So that is our graph you can draw. So that O is origin, so that means this is 1, this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. 5. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4. You can give it 5 there. We have -1, -2, -3, -4. You can also have up to -5, -5. That way. Now we start, we rotate it to 90. When we rotate to 90, that means we shall have this one at -2, this, and at -4 here. -2, -4. So we join, we rotate at 90. Let me just, so we rotate at 90. So this is how it will look like when rotated at 90. Then from the origin we join join that way, then we rotate to 180. So from here we shall have here at -2, -4. Then we shall have -4, -4. Then we join the two. Is 100. Then we finish with 360. So we shall have -4, 2, -4, 2 here, and -4, 4, -4, 4 here. So we also join the two. That way. So that is how we connect, or we show on the diagram the rotational symmetry of order 4. So that is how it looks like. Then you get your 3 marks. Now we can move to the next question. So question number 9, it is on a bearing. The bearing of point A from point B is 140 and the bearing of A from C is 226. Given that the bearing of AB is the length of AB is 8.6, AC 9.7, calculate the length of BC and the bearing of B from C. Now the question on bearing, we may not be able to work it out because of our screen and the instruments, but we are looking for a way of doing construction on our screen. That one we shall skip for now. Then move to the next question. That is question number 10. Form the inequalities that satisfy the given region R. Given region R. The inequalities that are going to satisfy the given region R. So we have line L1, line L2. This is L1, this is L2, and easiest to find is actually the L1. So L1, as you can see, L1 is Y is less than, the required region is less than 1. You can see it is 1.5. The unshaded region, which is now the wanted region, is below 1.5. Therefore, Y is less than 1.5. So we get that one for L1. The equation is for the required region is Y is less than 1.5, sorry. Then we move to L2. Now with L2, we look for the 2 points. That is now one is 0, -5. 2 points that are within the region, and then -6, 0. L2. This is L2, as you can see. 0, -5, 0, -5. That is a point on the required region, or within a point. You can say a point within the line, the line, yeah, any point within the line, any 2 points, so that you find m, which is the gradient. So m is equal to change in y over change in x using the 2 points. So we shall have 0 plus 5 over now -6 minus 0, so that we have our gradient to be 5 over now -5 over 6. We know that our m is now -5 over 6, and we know that y is equal to mx plus c. y is now the y-intercept. Y-intercept now becomes -5. Y-intercept in this equation, in this line, becomes -5. So that y, which is the y-intercept, which is negative, so we have y is equal to mx, which is the gradient, -5 over 6x, now minus -5, which is now the y-intercept, the -5. Taking 2 points, -3 and 1, and required region, which is now within the required region, we can take it, you can take -3, 1. Here. So we have -3, -3, 1. -3 is x, and y is now 1. So that when we take x, that is 5x plus 6y. Now this, let's say it's equal to 30, because we need to find the sign, but for now we can use the equal sign, so that we shall look at it and replace. So we have -5, so x is x times -3, that is -15, plus 6 is equal to 30. So -9 is equal to 30. So you can see -9 is less than 30, less than 30. So -9 is less than 30. Remember, our line L2 is continuous. That means it is less than or equal to, that way. So that, taking our equation now, 5x plus y is less than or equal to 30. So that is how we find the value of line L2. So this is the value of line L2, or we can take it so that it we remain with y on the one side, so that 6y less than or equal to -5x plus 30. So that is now the equation for line L2. And then we look for the equation of line L3. So we look for any 2 points, on that line L3, whether on the required or the unwanted region. So we can take, for instance, -1, -1, -2, -1, -2. Then we take 1, 2. Then we take 1, 2. That y is equal to mx plus c. Taking y is equal to 2x. Then take any 2 points within that is in the required region. So you can still use -3, 1, which is -3 where x is and 1 is, so that we have 1, 2 times now -3 is equal to -6. Now you have to change the sign. So 1 is greater than -6. So our equation will be y is greater than 2. Y is greater than 2x. Find now the equation of L3. As simple as that. So y is greater than 2x. No equal sign, greater than or equal to, we don't include that because of broken lines that is shown above. So that is how we get 3 marks from that. Then then we move to question number 11. Question 11. So 11, this is point A, -1, 1, and B, -3, 2 are mapped onto A prime 5, 5, and B prime -1, 8 by an enlargement. Find the scale factor of enlargement and the center of enlargement. So you are required to find the scale factor and the center of enlargement. So we have A prime and the A and A prime, B and B prime. So if we take A prime over A will be equal to B prime over B, B prime over B, B prime over B, and then we have this one will give us automatically, it will give us the scale factor. The scale factor. Then for point A and for point A, for point A, for point A and A prime. Now for point A and A prime, we can now taking x coordinate, taking now x coordinate, we have 5 minus x, which must give us a constant k, which we multiply so that we get what? So that we get the prime, which is -1 minus x. So when you multiply this by -1 minus x, we are going to get what? The A. The A prime. So you multiply by a constant k, which we don't know, which gives us now the A prime. That is for the x coordinate, and for the y coordinate, y coordinate 5 minus y will give us a constant k. When you multiply that k constant by 1 minus y, it has to give you 5 minus y. So we have to look for this k. Now for the x equation. So with x equation, you simply take 5 minus x, -k, I plus k plus 1. -k That was x equation. Then we also have y equation. Y is equal to k minus ky. K minus ky. So that 5 minus k gives us y into 1 minus k. Now having this, equating k with b, equating k, the value of constant, with b to b prime, the value of k, the value of k will become now 3. When you equate the b and b to b prime, the value of k now becomes 3. So that k is equal to the scale factor. That is now the scale factor that we use. Now, having k as 3, so the scale factor is equal to 3. Now, we look now for the enlargement. So this is so having k as 3, so our value of x now, x will become now -1, and y will become -4. So the center of enlargement, the center of enlargement. So remember, k is the scale factor. When you find the value of k, that is how you get the once you find k, that is how you find the scale factor. And then we move to the next question. So the next question is you solve for x, solve for theta. You solve for theta in sine 2x minus 30 degrees minus cos 2/3 theta is equal to 0. So you have the two. So we have sin 2 theta minus 30. 2 theta minus 30 is equal to cos 2/3 theta. Now we know that when we take 2 theta minus 30, we add the 2 plus 2 and a third theta, it gives us 90 degrees. When you add the 2, they must give you 90 degrees. So we have 2, we combine the 2, that is 2 theta plus 2 and a third theta. So we have 2/3, 2 and 2/3 of theta. This is theta. Then is equal to, we collect the like terms on the other side. That is 30, we move to the other side, we add to 90, you get 120. Divide both sides by 2/3. That is simply 8/3. theta is equal to 120 degrees. Multiply both sides by the reciprocal so that the 2 cancels out. Multiply by 3/8. So our theta is simply 120 degrees. You multiply by 3/8. 3/8. And from your calculations, I'm getting the value of 5, the value of theta, as you can see, 45 degrees. And then as you can see, you always take the two sides for the sin and cos. You add them, then you have to get 90 degrees. 90 degrees. Then we move to the next one. We move to the next one. Number 13. Number 13. A translation T maps Q -4, 1 onto Q prime 3, 2. The first question asks, determine the translation vector T. Determine the translation vector T. That is 1 mark. Then you have to find the image of R under translation T, which is given by R prime 1, 1. Then you find the coordinates of R. Find the coordinates of R. Now, we know that the translation T is mapping Q prime. The translation, we know that for you to get a translation, you have to find the prime minus the image minus the object. So translation of the vector T is given by, now for our case we have Q, which is now Q prime minus Q. So that we have 3, 2. Our image is 3, 2, then minus -4, 1. -4, 1. Then when you subtract the 2, that means that our translation vector, this is what we are using to translate. This is what we are using to translate. So we have, when we subtract, that becomes 7, 7, 1. So our translation T becomes 7, 1. So this is now the value of the translation. Value of the translation. So it's 7, 7, 1. So we move to the next one. The next one, a point still on the same, a point R, which is 1, 1, is the image of R under T. Determine the coordinates of R using the same. So we know that R, for us to get R, we have to take R prime minus now the translation vector. So r prime is 1, 1, 1. Now 1, 1, we subtract or we minus 7, 1, which is now the translation that we have got from the first question. So r now, which is now the image, becomes r now becomes -6, 0. R becomes -6, 0. So that is how you get to 1 plus 2. Those are 3 marks on the question number 13. Question number 13. Then we move to the next question, number 14. Before that, I'd like to acknowledge those ones who are following live. We have Damaris on board. Thank you for watching. She's saying, I'm boarding this one, mathematics all the way. Thank you for that. Our own ascending grade is supporting your support towards our channel is highly appreciated. Thank you. We also have John Mumbe. John Mumbe, nice job. Bless you all. Thank you for that. We have Liz Nyamai. Nice job, Professor. Thank you. Thank you for that. Remember to subscribe and like our channel for more useful materials. We can move now to the next question. The next question, that is 14. A cylindrical wooden solid of radius 6 centimeters and length 20 centimeters floats lengthwise in water, submerging 3/4 of its diameter. Calculate the volume of the solid not submerged. Correct to 4 significant figures. And you should be using your pi as 3.142. 3.142. So a cylindrical wooden solid which has a radius of 6 and a length of 20, which floats lengthwise in water, submerging 3/4 of its diameter. 3/4 of its diameter. Now calculate the volume of the solid not submerged. Correct too. Now the volume of now the solid that is not submerged is simply a quarter. Now that 3/4 is submerged, the remaining is a quarter. So it's only a quarter of the whole thing that is not submerged. So we are going to find the volume of that cylinder, but a quarter of it. A quarter of it. So we shall use this is what we shall only find. So the volume will be equal to a quarter of pi r squared height. So we have the quarter of pi. We are asked to use 3.142. 3.1. Then time is a 6 squared. Then times now the height of the cylinder, which is height of the cylinder is now 20. The height we are given as 20, yeah, which is 20. So that is it. So this is the formula we're going to use. So a quarter of that, so we use our calculator to work that one out. When you work from your calculator, you're going to get 565.56. Now volume is measured in cubes, so the answer should be in cubic centimeters. So you have 565.56 cubic centimeters. So that's how you get your free 4 marks. That is 4 marks. You simply get by working this way. So it's only a quarter of the entire cylinder that we are asked to look for. Then we move to the next one. That is question number 15. Question number 15. In a class comprising of 49 students, the ratio of boys to girls is 5:2. How many girls are required to join the class so that the ratio of boys to girls in that class is changed to 7:4? 7:4. So in a class, that class has 49 students. Now the ratio of boys to girls is 5:2. How many girls are required to join the class so that the ratio of boys to girls in that class is changed to 7:4? 7:4. So originally we have the boys. We can look for the number of boys, of course, in that class, so that total ratio, total ratio, you simply take 5 plus 2, which is 7. The number of boys in that class, you take 7 off 2, that is 7 times 5, get that 5 of 49. So we have a 14, 45 boys. How many girls are required to join the class so that the ratio of boys to girls now changes to 7 to 4? Now, to the given 7, the new ratio, the girls are the one to be added. The girls who are now the ratio of 4 supposed to be girls. If boys are 35, what we so girls will be now 4 times 35. Then you divide by 7, so that you get, we are going to have, this is now going to be 4 times now, sorry, 7 in 7 1, then 7 here, it's going here 5, so that we have 5, we have 20 girls. So for the ratio now to be 7:4, we shall have 35 boys, and only 20 girls. Remember, for our new ratio, we are supposed to have 20 girls and 35 boys. They're asking us to find the ratio that how many girls will join. The original number of girls were 14, and right now they are 20. So new added girls will be equal to, right now they are 20 minus the previous one, they were 14. So how many girls were added? Only 6 girls. So when you add 6 girls to that 14, you're going to get 20. So that now we find the new ratio is going to be 7:4. So we shall have 6 new girls being added for us to have the new ratio to be 6:7. Sorry, 7:4. So that we have 7 boys and 7:4 as our new ratio. So that is how we get the 2 marks for number 15. Then move to number 16. Number 16. Now with the number 16, you can see its constructions also. So we have in this, use a ruler and a pair of compass only for you to construct ABC, where AB is 6.4, angle BAC is 30, BC 5.5 centimeters, AC is an acute angle. Draw a perpendicular from C to meet AB and proceed at N. At N, measure CN. So you can see it's this is construction, and at the moment we are unable to construct on our screen. So we shall allow us to skip that one for now. So that is now the last question in our section 1 of this color examination paper. So we shall be preparing for the section 2. So you can simply subscribe, you like our channel, so that the moment we upload, you will be able to benefit from it. Otherwise, thank you for watching, and we shall keep you updated any other time. Have a nice time.